My name is Sheila Carreno. Welcome to New Light Streaming Love and Sassy Seer Sheila, as this will be seen on both channels. This is Canada, The Great Illusion by Jason Gray. The greatest trick ever pulled on the Canadian people wasn't taxation. It wasn't carbon credits. It wasn't even the Emergencies Act. It was the illusion of sovereignty. Oh, y'all had that too. I'm sorry. Being an American, I happen to know a thing or two about that. Canada, for all its democratic rituals and talk of freedom, is not a free nation. Well, neither is the United States, by the way, just so we're clear, in my view, anyway. It is a colony dressed in red and white, performing independence in a theater built by its original architects, the British Crown. Same, actually, for us as well. The script has never changed, only the actors have. If you want proof, you don't have to dig through classified documents or hidden treaties. All you have to do is listen. The oath of office, the words they hope you never notice. Search, quote, Mark Carney, oath of office. Watch the video. Listen carefully, not to the performance, but to the allegiance. Does he swear to serve the people of Canada? No. He swears allegiance to the King of England. This is not ceremonial. This is not symbolic. This is contractual. Every single member of parliament, every senator, every judge, every cabinet minister swears not to serve the people, but to uphold the authority of the crown. So ask yourself this: if Canada were a sovereign, autonomous, democratic nation, why is its leadership required to swear allegiance to a foreign monarch? Why must they ask permission from the Governor General, the Crown's representative, to dissolve Parliament and call an election? Why are there lieutenant governors, also Crown agents in every province? Why is the King's face stamped on all Canadian coins? Why do lawyers still hold the title King's Counsel? Why are you tried in the court of King's Bench? The real truth is not hidden. It's encoded into everything. Canada is not a free country. It is a legal fiction, a managed colony, a population pacified by pageantry. Constitutional theater. In 1982, Pierre Trudeau famously patriated the Constitution. Even that word, patriated, was a sleight of hand. Canada did not throw off the shackles of the monarchy. It merely adopted a more elegant leash. The British North America Act still echoes in every law. The Governor General still holds reserve powers that can override elected officials. The Prime Minister, no matter how progressive or powerful they appear, is still a subject of the crown, not a servant of the people. The Charter, it begins with this phrase: Whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. But whose law? Not yours, not ours, the Crown's. The Crown is not just England, it is empire. Understand this. The Crown is not a person. It is a system. It is a supernatural, legal, and financial construct that operates beyond borders. It owns land, dictates law, and influences banking structures globally. It is what allows the World Economic Forum, the IMF, which stands for International Monetary Fund, and the United Nations to operate through proxy leadership, because the colonial infrastructure was never dismantled, it was digitized. Canada's MPs may wear suits instead of sashes, but their oaths remain colonial. The people, they cheer for different parties, not realizing all sides serve the same throne. The illusion of choice. Every few years, Canadians are told to vote, red or blue, conservative or liberal, for freedom or control. This theater masks the truth. Every candidate on that stage has already pledged loyalty to the same monarch. The deeper truth, the monarch is not in control either. The crown is not a man. It is a machine. Canada, a nation that never broke its chains. You want to know the difference between America and Canada? In 1776, Americans declared their independence and fought to secure it. In 1867, Canadians were granted a status by the Crown and never left the table. America rejected monarchy. Canada rebranded it. Now, this age of soft totalitarianism, digital ID, ESG scores, and biometric surveillance, the crown lives on not as a king with a sword, but as a system that governs minds. Canada is its testing ground, a nation in deep sleep. There are portraits of the king in provincial legislatures, his initials on the lapels of judges, his crown above your legal documents, his agents above your elected officials, his image on your coins, your courts, your laws. This is not freedom. This is the most well-crafted illusion of the modern world. The saddest part, most Canadians don't even know they're still subjects. Wow. Well, most Americans don't realize they are too. So I get it. I get that, I get that. Like I said, I said earlier in a recording today, I believe it was, that, when you try to tell folks that they're slaves, they look at you like you're crazy. No, I'm not. I'm not a slave. I'm not a slave at all. Oh, okay. Well, that's certainly not the way I see it. Yeah. So, then of course, always the next question is, well, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to do this? Oh, and you know what? See, that didn't. Okay, so I see the thread here. What I've been nudged to record today is all about waking up to the truth of who we are and what to do about it. Because everybody thinks that we have to stand up en masse and say no more. But the truth of it is there doesn't have to be any kind of protesting and all that. See, that's something for me I see as they're waiting for folks to do so they can swoop in and control you even further, because that would give them reason to initiate, all kinds of stuff, right? But coming into here and just knowing and taking responsibility for self in every way, and building for self, that's the thing that they don't want, is for you to realize just who you are and how powerful you are, and how the very moment that we figure that out, that they have to have our consent, they know that. They already know that. You're the only one that has to wake up to the truth of that. And that's going to take some doing for some of us, myself included. Well, that's it. I think I've had enough for today, because I found myself blanking out in this one. And that's a sure indication to me that there's some integration that needs to happen. So I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy in each moment that presents itself to you. It is a matter of your perspective and your perception of your perspective, and just realizing that right there puts you ahead of the game, as far as I'm concerned. I would love to hear from you in the comments, as always. And if you would like to come and have a conversation with me, consciousconversationcentral@gmail.com. Would love to have you subscribe. Be subscribed in both places, because I never know where I'm going to be live, and or who I'm going to be live with. And you might want to make sure that you have the option of being there live. Why not? I think that's it. Until we meet again, my friends, be well.